My first inkling is that Michonne doesn't make it. Don't be surprised if the trailer is flipped horizontally, right? We're just doing this for safety purposes so we don't get blasted. The Ones Who Live. First trailer premieres February 25th. AMC Plus. I'm gonna say it right from the get-go. I don't know if this is true. If they're doing the early preview stuff again, that is like minus 10 points for hype automatically. Because everyone wants to see him. Everyone wants to see Rick Grimes. And if you have two groups of people, one on AMC, one on AMC Plus, is gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad. Don't do it. Let's see. I still think this shot looks kind of goofy. There are too many of them. It's the most powerful until we need another one. Seeing him again, like the Rick voice. Wait, is that Atlanta? Okay, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back. Also, those are the dudes. That's Jadis. Well, that's unnecessary. Oh, and they're doing the... Okay. Okay, listen. I'm not gonna wait. February 25th, they're listing both. Okay, maybe they're not doing the double thing. It says both right here, which gives me hope that they're not doing the whole, like, you can watch it a week early or whatever. I really, really hope so. What I was going to say, this right here, I don't wanna become a doomsayer, but this has very bad vibes. Like, if you showed me this, just like this little snippet from the trailer, my first inkling is that Michonne doesn't make it. I don't know why that's the vibe I get. This seems very, very alarming to me. This doesn't look hopeful. This looks like happy in the face of death. I hope I'm wrong, but that's the vibe I immediately got. What I was going... Also, I think this probably is like Rick or something. Because this, like, walk up... I mean, it has to be like, it's telling us, look at how important this is, right? Obviously, there's the CRM stuff. But this is like someone that should be important for us, but we can't see their face. I imagine this is like Rick or something. I don't know why it would be him, but that's what I imagine it is. One thing I wanted to talk about is, I heard the budget for this is like 13 million per episode. So season-wise, the budget isn't that ridiculous, but because there are only 6 episodes, the budget is ridiculous for every single episode. Like 13 million per episode, that's gonna be nuts. And I mean, if we look at some of the shots right here, I mean, this is just a sprawling shot. This doesn't count. There was like the helicopter just bombarding the thing, right? I don't remember where it was, but anyway, a lot of things in this trailer is already like they're flexing the money, you know? Even shots like this, like there's so many different locations in this. It feels very fresh. And that's something that I feel like I have to say, the spin-offs, both Dead City and Daryl Dixon, they look good. Both of them look good. I think, like, the first seasons have, like, a cooler vibe, if that makes sense. But fidelity-wise, and in terms of cinematography and everything else, I mean, the recent spin-offs look great. And they look infinitely better compared to, like, Season 11. Season 11 felt very, very claustrophobic in a weird way. I'll talk about it in the retrospective as well. This, though, there it is. This right here. This is, like, the most unnecessary flex ever. Like, the whole collapsing the building. But what has me more intrigued is they're showing us this helicopter, right? The CRM helicopter. And this CRM helicopter has like straight up missiles. Big flex. But it also shows us this right here. Let me mute it. This looks like the shot from Season 2. I don't know the skylines of US cities, so I'm gonna be a dumbass right now. I have no idea. I don't know. Like, there's also this city, which I think is like, I don't even remember the name of it. I'm not from the US. I don't know US skylines at all. This, to me, looks like Atlanta. It looks like the same exact shot we got. And you know what I'm thinking right now? Just realizing something. I think I put a meme of this in one of the retrospectives as well. When we first saw the Commonwealth in the comic book, specifically in the comic book, because in the comic book, it was a huge deal. I had a personal theory that the Commonwealth is the remnants of a military, and now what they're doing is they're trying to wipe out everyone who's not a part of the Commonwealth, right? So effectively, they had their own little safe zone, and I thought what they're doing is they're killing everything outside of their own walls, right? To like just eradicate the virus. Currently, the CRM looks to be that. Because if this is them, obviously this is a huge retcon, like, of course it is. If this is supposed to be the CRM bombing Atlanta, and we know, like, the shenanigans they get into, CRM might be the thing I thought the Commonwealth was in the comic book, which would be very, very funny. I personally thought the guy might be Heath. I know people have a lot of, like, theories about Heath, but as far as I know, the actor is just, like, the actor just left, right? I don't know if he's interested in doing anything with The Walking Dead again. Because obviously they retconned in the explanation of he was taken by the CRM. I don't remember his name. So, I don't know. I think it was like, they're going to reveal the CRM as a subdivision of the OG military was behind the city bombings back at the start. Like, that, to me, is a good retcon. This, to me, if this is what it is, like, the CRM is actually like a secret arm of the government that was designed to contain the virus, that, to me, is cool. That is a very, very good retcon, you know, because it makes sense. The only thing I'm worried about is that Michonne and Rick, the two of them, take them down, which would be very silly, you know? It's the same thing I just said, the video just went out, with the Commonwealth in the TV show. We are captured by the Commonwealth 2 hours, well, it's not 2 hours later, because I'm making a joke, but whatever. They just outsmart the Commonwealth soldiers instantly, you know? It seems a little bit goofy in that sense. So, I hope this is more so a case of us somehow escaping. Also, the camera quality is insane. Like, this shot right here, it's insane. This shot is also really cool. And this dude, the Lost Dude, I don't remember his name. I just call him the Lost Dude. Is gonna be so good. I wonder how the hell they're going to tie together Michonne with them. That's, like, to me, the biggest thing. This looks so cool. I like this. I don't think I noticed anything else in this trailer that's, like, super... I think they're being cautious. Well, these are also the two that I also forget the names of, but they were in the show. So they're back, which is good, I guess. These, I assume, are also the burners or something. Jadis is still doing the Jadis thing. And then they're doing the gas again. Okay. Yeah, like, the biggest thing to me, like, the one that sticks out to me instantly is this right here. If it is a 6 episodes, I really hope I'm wrong. This gives me very, very alarmed vibes. Yeah, it's the guy from Vine. That's where I know him, too. Like, I know this guy. It's like King Batch, right? That's what his name was. Pretty sure. It's the Vine guy. That's where I know of him, too. It's like the only point of reference for me. I like that they've, like, upgraded the CRM uniforms a little bit. They look a lot more menacing now. Like, even compared to the Commonwealth, these guys look dangerous. And I hope they are. Look at the faces. They're not giving us a lot of faces. The rest of them are masked, which means look at the faces. This guy looks a little bit like Nilesy from Yogscast. Oh, is that Rick? Hold on, zoom in and enhance. Hold on. I'm pretty sure that's Rick. Pretty sure this right here is Rick. Looks like Rick. A very clean cut and clean shaven Rick, but Rick. The hell you want to kill or do you want to die? I am very much anchored to, like, the first thing I thought, right? But, they are giving me the vibes of genuinely, like, either you die, you become a test subject for us, or we kill everything else. That's, like, the immediate vibe that I'm getting. Which would be cool. 6 episodes, though. This is gonna have to be real fast. Just 6 episodes of Rick is not enough? Yes. It's not even just 6 episodes of Rick. I'm just thinking about, like, how would that even work? Because, like, you need to have 20-something minutes explaining what even happened to Rick, right? Like, how the hell did he go to the... Because one thing I feel like is very important to keep in mind. Very, very important to keep in mind. This show, if it is a good show, it should be made with the assumption that people haven't watched Fear the Walking Dead, that people haven't watched The World Beyond, that people don't know any of this. This show should explain everything on its own merits, which to me indicates that it needs to do a lot of setup at the start. I don't think they're going to have enough time to do that. So I don't know. I don't know. 6 episodes, that should be like breakneck fast though. Sign me up. Sign me up. The most important bits to me is almost like how did Michonne figure anything out, really where he is and everything they're doing? And how did Rick like acclimate to all of this, and what kept him so like locked up that he could never do anything? You know, those are like the 2 important tidbits they need to explain very, very in depth, so that everything that came before isn't like entirely invalidated. Because a lot of time passed in the show, you know? Goddamn, seeing Rick again just puts a smile on my face. What the hell are you? Like, again, like a shot like this seems surreal. This seems like a shot that doesn't actually take place in reality, you know? They're calling this a new series, not a limited series, too. I find that interesting. Very true, right? Because they called World Beyond was immediately a limited series. So, calling this a new series? Let me scroll to the end. Yeah, new series. Like, if you want my honest take on it, I do think that there's going to be a season 2. I absolutely think there will be a season 2. Like, if Andrew Lincoln is down to work with them, I'm pretty sure there'll be as many seasons as they can get out of... Wait. I just noticed that they're blowing up not the building. They're blowing up a helicopter inside of the building. Why are they doing that? Do we have like a Dying Light situation where the CRM is transporting like cures or something? That could be pretty interesting. Because I was like, why are you bringing down a building? If they're erasing evidence, well, that makes a lot more sense. What if it's a partial reboot like Resident Evil? I've said this a million times. I am totally fine if they just continue going with Rick's story, as long as it's good. If it's some sort of forced nonsense, where we now have to fight this big military and we come together as Marvel Avengers and blah, 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 that's where I have problems. I'm fine with continuing this story so long as it actually makes sense and it's good. I want a new story, but if you give me Rick's story, sign me up. So long as they don't mess with things too much. Like, if we suddenly pivot the entire story to be about a cure, for example, I feel like that could get dicey really, really quickly. I know I just talked about a cure, by the way. But pivots like that are what have me worried. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it is. Because that's like one of those things that would make perfect sense why Rick never went back and never tried to break out, and why, like, the story takes place when we're gonna see it take place, you know? It's like maybe Rick was hoping to get the cure back to Alexandria, for example, something along those lines, right? I don't know. They're playing it very close to the chest, though. Because if we go through all of these scenes, a lot of these were in the very, very first teaser, and a lot of these are also shown to us. Also, is this supposed to be like a nod to the Telltale games? I don't think it is. What was I saying? I was saying something important. Yeah, all of this, like not all of this, but most of this is stuff we've already seen. They might be playing it like very, very close to the chest because it's just 6 episodes. And maybe like the first episode starts and they hit the ground running. Maybe there's a lot of reveals right off the right from the get-go. I'm curious about like the fact that they're unmasked. That's like number 1. Does this imply, to me, like being unmasked in this, and they also seem to have different uniforms. So are the unmasked guys like higher rank? Does this imply that Rick was like going up the ranks all this time? And maybe that's why he's meeting with this dude who has like the typical beret, implying that he's a Giga Chad. If you see a beret, you know he's a Giga Chad, right? That's how these things work. And also, you wouldn't get the Lost guy if he wasn't a Giga Chad, so I'm pretty sure he's a Giga Chad. Praying for no cure like the comics. I mean, I've said this a million times. If The Walking Dead introduces a cure, that's where I'm like, very careful, very careful, very careful. Be very careful. This is a banana car. I don't know who this is supposed to be. This is alarming to me, though. This could just be like her looking up because she sees a CRM helicopter, maybe? Something like that? I don't know, this seems alarming to me. Good trailer, though. Only 2 minutes. I'm kind of happy about that, to be honest. Normally, I'd be like, you know, give me more. I'm fine. We are so close. This is February 25th. February 25th. I'm not gonna lie. I am kind of, you know, like, you know, maybe I should carve out a little bit of time for stuff on the main channel. Seeing Rick again, I'm like instantly, yeah, you know what, sign me up. I think Rick will try to change the CRM for the better and get them on our side. Probably something like that, yeah. But like, I don't know. That's what I mean, right? Like, they need to absolutely explain why Rick is still there. To me, that is like by miles the biggest thing they need to do. Because if they don't explain that properly, and it's just like Rick was trying to help everyone, you know? Meanwhile, his kids are back at the Commonwealth, which he doesn't know of, by the way. They're just chilling back at the Commonwealth. I don't know if for me, that would make sense. Because yes, Rick helps other people, but for Rick, his children were always like the top priority. You know? Like he literally bit a dude's neck out for Carl. So I don't know. If you just tell me that, you know, Rick was a good guy and he stayed behind because, you know, he wanted to change the CRM, that's where I'm like, that's not Rick. That's not the Rick I know. No, it's not. He wouldn't do that. He would never do that. If anything, he would take over the CRM. Rick tries to find the heart in the man. I think that's like what I meant, right? He might be trying to talk to this guy, and the both of them together might be up to something. That's what I mean. Because right here, they're kind of talking like equals in a weird way. He does feel a little bit like mentory as well, but it's not like a general yelling out orders or anything, you know? They could be threatening Rick to kill everyone in Alexandria and the Commonwealth if he doesn't stay and fight as a commander or something. Probably something like that, yeah. Probably something like that. All I know is we can't win, even with all the shows combined, we lose, so we either get the CRM to disband the military part or they join us in my eyes. Exactly. Like, if Rick genuinely fights the CRM and wins... You know what's gonna happen? Remember the helicopter in the trailer that was like flying and shooting rockets? Daryl's gonna ride up on his bike. He's gonna come back and he's gonna one-tap the pilot with a freaking pistol. One-shot him right through the glass. That's why the helicopter was crashed into the building. Daryl one-tapped him with a pistol. That's what happened. If we fight them, no way, no way. That's what I'm like, listen. I get that it's Rick, and you can tell me they're gonna set the world ablaze for, like, you know, their love and everything. But come on, we need at least something. We're gonna need more than 2 people to fight the CRM. No, we're not. It's Rick and Michonne, right? Who could ever stop Rick and Michonne? They're the ones who live. If that's why they called it the ones who live, it's because like. This is the last time I mention it, but the shot of Michonne at the end is very alarming to me. Genuinely. Zombies is my least favorite plot device. In 99% of cases, super generic, and smart people in those settings are more rare than unicorns. I've been waiting for like a ultra-realistic take on the zombie apocalypse for a very, very long time. I still think the closest thing we have is the World War Z book. The book. Book. Not the movie. The book. Very different things. I think that is probably the closest thing. And I think it is the closest thing because it never actually talks about the zombies. It is like literally a journalist retelling the apocalypse. You know, so you don't actually have to show the collapse of society and everything. Because if you took the Walking Dead zombies, I don't think you could reasonably show anyone like how they actually took over the world. Realistically. Unless there was like a dimension to the water being polluted or something like that. I think there would have to be like another conduit for infection, aside from bites, for it to actually spread that quickly and for it to actually work. But I don't know. I don't know. It's not like we have another example in our very real world, right? Very recently. So, you know, I thought that would go very smoothly as well, but I was wrong. So, you never know. Maybe zombies would take over humanity in like 2 days. Who knows? Carol will solo them somehow. Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised at all. 28 years later is in the works.